It's what's in your wallet.
I'm so old.
I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5 explosive hot dog carts.
Ritualistic blood magic.
Laser shooting chesty statues.
Don't watch movies unless we tell you to. Welcome to Movies with My Best Friend Phil, a podcast that is a monument to my own hubris. I'm your host, Phil Kessel, the titular Phil of Movies with My Best Friend Phil. We are here in 2025, the year of me. I joined as always by two of my very best friends from 2024. Hopefully they're my very best friends in 2025. Will Chodas.
Hey, fill up my cup, Kessel. How you doing? I'm bringing that back for 2025. That's going to be.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
I told my coworker about that, and he was like, "That's really good."
Yeah. You know, it's sort of like Will I Am before Will I Am.
Yes, fill up my cup.
Fill
Will
up
I
my cup.
Am.
Yeah.
Mine has more syllables, so it's better.
It is, and it wasn't taken by somebody famous.
Yeah, and I told him about that. I was like, "Yeah, they used to call me fill up my cup in high school sometimes." He's like, "Oh, that's great." I was like, "It's a lot better than Fildo."
Yeah.
And then he said, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, I got Wildo sometimes.
Yeah.
Craig Doe doesn't make any sense.
No, it really doesn't.
No.
It doesn't work the same at all.
What about Craig Nolan?
Yeah.
Because you're here.
I am here.
Guys, are we going to be the bestest friends in 2025, do you think?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening at all, actually. I've actually got a couple other friends in the wings who...
just waiting to pounce.
Yeah, they've been...
You have friends with wings?
Yeah, a couple friends with wings. One of them is named Icarus. He's not very good with them yet, but we'll see
sure
how
he'll
that
get
goes.
there. He'll keep flying higher and higher.
I think that will be fine.
Yeah.
Other famous people with wings. Michael is another one.
It's a great one to jump to.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it would have been my first choice, but it's a choice.
Yeah, remember that movie? I remember thinking that movie was incredible as a kid.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense.
I remember I watched it when I was older. I was like, oh, this is just kind of like Christian Ganda. What's the word? Christaganda? What would you call it?
I like Christaganda.
Christaganda a little bit?
Yeah, that flows in a way that propaganda does.
Yeah.
I never saw that one. It was one of those where I kept getting it mixed up with a
Face Off?
No, what's that other?
That'd be a rough one to get it mixed up with.
Is it Phenomenon?
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's another John Travolta, and he looks like this on the cover.
Yeah. He has a spoiler alert. He's got a brain tumor that allows him to do he's brilliant. He knows a bunch of stuff, and then he has slight telekinesis and other things. And then he's got a brain tumor, and I'm pretty sure at the end of the movie, again, spoiler alert, I think he dies, but I can't really
that makes
remember.
Sense.
Well, now I can't see the movie. Thanks a lot, Phil.
But there's a
already.
scene where they look at the tumor in his brain, and it's like a hand on top of his brain, and I remember thinking, wow, that's
real.
so cool. And then later I was like, that's not that you just die from that.
It'd be like it's like a whole movie. It's like oh my god, what's it in the Santa Claus when Scott Calvin goes and his heartbeat is just jingle bells.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, he would just be dead. Yeah, that wouldn't work at all.
I thought you were going to talk about the part of that movie where he murders Santa Claus and everyone's like, yeah, this happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the rough parts of the movie, watching that movie with my kid. Jack and I watched that movie, and I was like, this movie was hilarious. And then Santa fell off the roof and died, and Jack's like, is he dead? And I'm like, no, he just went away. And Jack's like, I'm pretty sure he's dead. I was like, yeah, well, now he's Santa Claus. And then, up until that and in between those moments, in between Christmases in the movie, it turns out the custody battle for little Charlie wasn't all that interesting to my 5-year-old.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he didn't really. He's like, why are they taking Charlie away? They're like, because they don't think he's Santa Claus. And he's like, well, he's not Santa Claus. I'm like, well, he's not Santa Claus yet.
Yeah,
but he is going. Well, I don't want to ruin the movie. So
yeah, No spoilers
And I'm
for
like,
that
but
one.
Santa is real. He's like, so I'm like, this is really screwing up the mythos. Just watch the movie, okay?
Yeah. Well,
Stop
so
asking questions.
Also, you rewatch that movie and you're like, Neil's not a bad guy.
Oh no, Neil's a
No.
good guy.
He's getting a bad rap for like
Right?
a third of the movie, 2/3 of the
Yes.
movie. You're supposed to not like him. I'm like, Neil's trying to protect
Yes, he's
this
pointing.
child.
He's pointing out and addressing red flags as they come.
Yeah.
And
He's actually a very good guy.
yeah, he and I tried to see if I could do some research, and by tried to see if I could do some research, I mean I looked it up on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
To see if anybody involved in it is a Scientologist, because it has a weird anti-psychiatrist slant to it, with Neil being a
I
psychiatrist.
didn't even think about that.
I
Does
know.
it?
I couldn't find anything.
I feel
else.
like that was a thing in the 90s.
It was.
though.
It was a little bit of a
Yeah.
thing in the 90s where there was like this conservative streak in movies where everyone was like the everyman sort of win. It was like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everyone wanted to see the everyman in things. And so much so that they like, and they're like, yeah, everyone who was the bad guy was an intellectual
Yeah.
or effeminate. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that too.
Things were
Yeah.
toxic.
Good
Anyways.
thing that's all changed.
Yeah. Good thing we're all done with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, good thing toxic masculinity is just gone.
is over and done with, and I don't have
Definitely
to worry
not.
about raising boys in a increasingly terrifying world.
Yeah, we're definitely not on the
mhm.
cusp of ushering in a new age of the worst toxic masculinity we've ever seen.
Yeah, and I don't get a daily dose of it in my Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you guys
all.
hear that they're going to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America?
I can't wait for that.
That's
Oh,
so
man.
happening.
I don't like the idea of thinking about a Mexico existing at any point. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that
do you
we
think
don't
they
have to
could
do
change
that.
the name of Mexico to South America?
South.
You didn't think that one through, did you?
Well,
I'm sticking with it.
I remember when I was a kid, I always thought the United States of America was the biggest rip off of a name. I was like, seriously? They
It's
get like
so lame.
we're the United States of America. So what? We're American. Guess what, idiots? So are Mexicans and Canadians.
Canadians.
So we can't say we're Americans because they're all Americans. God, we can't say we united.
You were such a joy to be around as a kid, weren't you?
I absolutely
Having been around him as a
was
kid.
not.
Yeah. I had a great time.
You knew me when I realized that if I was just a little bit mean to very mean, people would laugh.
Yeah.
You met me when I was discovering my humor, which was also just being a jerk all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still here. So
Yeah, but before that, I was a real drag. I was the actually kid in every situation, and I was Brad's best friend, and Brad was the funniest, most fun kid on the planet, and
Yep.
I was the least funny kid on the planet, and I hated everybody who liked Brad.
Oh man, you must have hated everyone
I hated everybody.
because Brad's rad as fuck.
I know. And then middle school happened and like all the schools mixed together. You know how they did that?
Yeah.
And I couldn't make a single friend in the 5th grade. And I was like, so the problem is me. Interesting.
Oh, no.
I got to change this one up. Anywho.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Yes. Speaking of Christmas movies, Christmas happened and we sort of missed giving gifts to each other.
Did we miss it?
Yes. And by miss it, you mean I forgot that we were doing it at all again for the 2nd year in a row.
Mhm.
Like,
Listen, you do all the work for this podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
and I keep trying to do less and less and less.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I just actually this year, I guess Easter. Thanksgiving was like late in
Yeah.
November, so like
Sure.
it was just like all of a sudden it was Christmas, and I was just like, oh, I
You know what?
haven't done anything. I
You
had
know
to do.
what causes me issues?
Hmm.
For whatever reason, I always think Thanksgiving is the 27th, no matter what. And that's
not
not
true.
how it works.
No, that's not how that one works.
Do you know how old I was when I figured out that's not how it worked?
This year,
It was like 3 years ago.
You didn't notice that it was always on a Thursday. You just
No,
thought,
man.
wow, this is so
Man, once we get
convenient.
like 10 months into the year, I am like 60% checked out.
What's crazy about that is that the day after Thanksgiving is always on a Friday too, and they call it Black Friday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, that's so weird that it's always November 28th and it's always Friday. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Something wrong with my calendar.
Hey, my calendar broken. Oh, actually, I did have a bit of housekeeping before we get into gifts.
Okay.
Okay. Did you guys do your homework?
No, never.
Oh,
What was the homework?
you guys were supposed to come with characters.
Oh, yeah.
2025, new year, new us.
New year, new us.
And by us, I mean us and our characters.
And what are characters exactly? Like, what do you mean?
Well, like you'd like bring, like we'd be like reviewing a movie,
Okay.
and then we'd get like a caller,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and you would be like, oh yeah, let me hit
Yeah.
the button and be like, beep. Then be like, you're on with movies with my best friend Phil,
So-
and then on the other line it'd be like,
It'd be like-
hey guys, I actually did really like this movie because I was sorry, my name is it's Kenny. That's it.
Oh, hey, Kenny. What do you do for a living?
I drive trucks.
You do?
Yeah,
How many?
just in my driveway.
Just the one truck. That's what you do for a living? They pay you for that?
Yeah, well, somebody does.
Somebody does. What's the name on the checks when you get them?
Dad.
Oh, so you don't really work, do you?
No, I do.
No,
And
you
I
do.
like.
Where
I just want to
where are
say,
you from exactly? What's this accent? I can't seem to pick it out.
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah,
Oh.
I transplanted.
I was getting like Jersey by way of
I transplanted.
middle of the country.
My dad's from Jersey.
Yeah. So this is an example of what you were looking to do.
Yeah,
this
that's kind
year.
of like that's kind of like the vibe
Yeah.
that I wanted to come in with is like some hot heat, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'll start looking up.
I'll give you
good
guys another shot.
impressions.
We can like next time we meet. Hopefully,
Mhm.
we'll have like a couple of characters ironed out. I've got a couple more. Kenny was just. I mean, I haven't been working on him for that long, you know.
Yeah. So characters like the way Jeff Dunham does characters.
Who?
So
No, I actually think this is like a.
yeah.
I haven't heard anyone else do anything
Yeah.
like this.
So like but Jeff Dunham, he's got the really
Who?
good characters. Jeff Dunham, isn't that his name?
Who? I don't know
The
who this is.
ventriloquist guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's got Ahmed, the dead terrorist. You want me to bring in characters like that?
I don't know
Or
who
the-
that is.
how
Or the
racist can we be?
jalapeno guy. You want me those kind of characters? Like
I
how?
don't know who this is.
Okay, he's just a ventriloquist who was big in the 2000s, and I thought he was funny when I was 15, 13
I'm doing a bit
years
where I
old.
pretend that no one else has ever done characters.
Okay,
I
See,
had somebody lend me a Jeff Dunham DVD and I watched like 30 seconds of it and then I realized I had to lie to this person forever
yeah.
because it was just somebody I worked with. I handed
Yeah.
them back the DVD like a week later. I was like, oh, it was great. And they're like, oh, what was your favorite puppet? And I just like looked at the DVD, the back of it. I was like, oh, I like this guy.
The fat kid.
Did not watch any of it other than that like first 30 seconds.
You weren't a big fan of the talking jalapeno. You're never going to guess what his accent was like. It's real racist.
Yeah.
Or Ahmed, the dead terrorist.
I knew about that one. I remember
Yeah.
that one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't like that one.
Yeah, those were the things I watched when I was like a little edgelord kid. And I was like, this is funny. And then I looked back on it and I'm like, every single one of these is really, really racist,
Yeah.
including the black pimp character.
Oh,
This is
he had
to
a.
No, really?
Yeah,
He
it's
had a-
yeah.
Oh,
This is
boy.
like
Oh,
in 2000.
no.
You're like, oh, is this guy from the 1970s? No, 2000, 2008, 2010.
Huh.
Probably still touring.
I think we can improve on the idea of characters, though.
Yeah.
From that,
Yeah,
if it's just that guy who's done it, and then we're the second one coming in, we can like really clean up
I
with
think
character
what
work.
will definitely make it funny is after we do each one of the bits, we call out what the bit was and explain why it was funny as well.
That's how I do
Yep.
90% of my bits. Will.
Oh, really? I hadn't noticed that yet.
Yeah. That's like my whole thing, and I just keep doing it,
Uh,
and I kind of like bully you into thinking that I'm funny.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Or
Or it's just like like hypothermia, where like just eventually you kind of just give in, and I just get to keep making
Moving on.
jokes.
Yeah.
So gifts. Speaking of the gift that keeps on giving, hypothermia, we've all gotten each other gifts for this Christmas season, as we do. Rock, paper, scissors. Who goes first?
I'm gonna go last.
Will's rock.
Okay.
I'm paper, and Craig is scissors.
Wait. Now, what's the game?
Just Phil, go first.
Guys, I'm having a great time
Why
here.
are you slowing us down on purpose?
Because I just want to hang out with you guys.
Oh no.
Can you hand this to Will? It's got a W.
Okay.
I wonder what that's for.
Wait, no, it's an M for my gift.
And then can you hand this to Greg? Because I believe that's a
Hey.
G. And then, okay, go ahead and open those. And then I've got one other thing that's not wrapped. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's some ASMR. Oh, that's some ASMR. The box is not what is in it.
Okay.
I did not get you ice cube trays, Craig.
No. I
Is
was
this
so
H
excited.
for? Is that a?
Yeah, that's where I get my drugs.
Is it M's?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was-
I get my drugs online for antidepressants.
Ooh. All things health. Oh no, that's not what it is. It's a little Krampus. I'm assuming.
It's a little Krampus.
A little Krampus, guys. It's the cutest
Ooh.
Krampus I think I've ever seen.
Wendigo.
And then Craig got a so I found out recently, and I don't know if you know this, that like version of the Wendigo is not at all a Wendigo.
Oh, probably
It's
not.
like a is it Leshen from The Witcher?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Somebody
okay.
like took that and then just applied it to the Wendigo mythology, and then now this is what people think of when they think of Wendigo.
Oh.
But I still
Yeah.
really like it. And
Yeah.
I think it's like the deer head with the deer skull with the antlers. I think it's terrifying. It instills the fear in me
Yeah.
that a Wendigo would and
Yes.
should.
But I mean, like, Wendigos historically are like very tall and like very thin.
Yeah, they're like thin, gaunt, tall, weird guys
Yeah.
that like are kind of shapeshifters and also make you eat human flesh.
So for the listeners, what Craig got was like a little, like almost furry little rat creature. I don't know, but he's got like a skull, a deer skull face.
yeah, it's
With
what you,
antlers
if
and
you
stuff.
Google Wendigo,
Yes, it's what
this
you'll
is the
see.
kind of thing that comes up. But they're both like kind of cutesier 3D printed versions of a Krampus and a Wendigo.
Yeah, my Krampus has got his hands up and he's like doing like a little like, ow, not
yeah,
that.
he's doing that. And then, can you hand one of those to Will?
Oh, nice.
And then I got us each a. So the place only had
Yeah.
Pokemon cards
Okay.
in a pack that also came with a binder for cards.
Okay.
So
the,
now
the-
you have this.
the little binder that you got us is exactly the binder my son Jack has for his Pokemon. So yes, Phil has gotten us a packet that's got like a little binder with the two variants of the volcano moth Pokemon and yes, and Pokemon cards. A pack of so I'm going to go ahead and open mine. Oh, Phil's got one too.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get you guys one and not get me one.
Okay. So I'm
We've been playing the
the online.
the online app one. And I'm just like, oh, what if I got them real cards? And I can't open it. There we
So
go.
I've got Dunsparce, Snom, Pikachu, Scyther, Iron Hands, Rescue Board. That is an item.
I got
Sandy
it.
Shocks.
Kill me. I have Mr. Mime.
I got a Foily Bronzong, a Foily Frostmouth, and a Skizzer EX. This is crazy.
Did you get a pube trimmer?
I didn't get a pube trimmer.
Oh,
That's
man.
good.
I didn't get one. I need one. I did get Mr. Mime.
Okay.
I got Raichu. I got a foily Iron Valiant.
So these have
and
all
a
of the
foil
like.
Latias
What are these called?
and
The-
Whimsicott.
Yeah, the new this is it Scarlet and Violet who have the weird temporal forces. Well, that's pretty cool. What is it?
It's an Arbok.
Oh, cool. It's like they took an old Pokemon and then they either made it futuristic or they made it like primitive. And their names are really dumb now. Like, so the one that's called Sandy Shocks is just a Magnemite or Magneton, and
Yeah.
it's just Sandy now. It's just Sandy Shocks. But cool.
Thank you.
I've been playing the Pokemon trading card game with my son, so I'm gonna
figure now we can each get decks and battle in real life.
in real life. Yeah.
Oh, Craig just handed me something, and it's got dinosaur wrapping paper on it. You son of a bitch! I love it.
Okay. I was
Will has to put the cards away.
I was putting them in the. That's why you got the binder to put them in. These are instantly going to become Jack's when I get home.
If I find out that any of these cards or this binder go to your freaking kids
Ooh, uh-oh.
Yeah.
and don't stay in your possession, I'm honestly going to be okay with that.
Yeah,
and I kind of just assumed that was going to happen.
I got markers for Christmas that my kids are not allowed to touch.
Was I allowed to open this? Because I already did it.
No, I got distracted again by the
Will
Pokemon
got distracted
cards.
again. Craig got me a book. It is The Art of Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in the West. My favorite movie, or one of my favorite movies. Ooh.
So it's not like the actual art. It's an appreciation.
Yeah. It's like
it's
an
an actual, like,
appreciation,
history
a critical
and-
appreciation of the movie, which is awesome because I critically appreciate this movie.
So this is
Oh.
Craig got me a book, Colors of Film: The Story of Cinema in 50 Palettes. It's got the Grand Budapest Hotel on the front, and I immediately opened it up to.
Yep.
What's that? What was the name of that movie?
Suspiria.
Suspiria, which is. Would you watch that this year?
Yeah.
I don't think I put it down on the list that we have.
Oh, maybe not.
We'll put it back. I'll make sure to put that on there.
Yeah, it's not on there.
Oh, that's weird. Well, cool. Thanks. This
Thanks,
is
Craig.
I'm excited to look at this because it's a picture book.
Yes.
Oh, you got me a book with words,
I know,
Craig.
I know,
that's-
I'm sorry.
that's one of the
I can
worst-
barely read.
Look, Blue Velvet, another movie we
Blue
watched.
Velvet, we
Yep.
watched it.
Yeah,
God, it's like we're watching like good movies.
yeah, something like that. Who knows?
I bet they have Borderlands in there too.
I bet you it is. Okay, so this kind of goes with, it's kind of on theme. So this is what I got you guys. Gotcha. This one's for Craig.
Are they coupons
Yeah.
for like free massages or something?
Oh,
I mean,
is it a coupon to Big Best in Games?
Unfortunately, it kind of is a coupon, but so the State Theater is showing the Grand Budapest
Oh.
Hotel again, and I thought we would go and see it. And
Nice.
so I'd treat you guys to tickets.
The numbers
Yeah.
on the ticket. Okay, so Will has handed me and Craig a like ticket, but it's a Will made, I'm assuming Will made creation that looks like a ticket,
Yes.
but the numbers that are on the sides of it is 69, 69, 69, and then on the other side it is 69, 69, 69.
Yep. Yeah.
And I really
Yeah,
appreciate the detail. I like
thought,
that.
I thought maybe I was like, you know who really enjoys sophisticated humor? Phil and Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's 420.
Oh my God. Awesome.
So dumb. No, yeah. So my idea was like, hey, because this is the movie that Craig, you said you wanted to go see again. Phil,
Yeah.
you said you wanted to see.
Yeah.
This is actually the movie, the Wes Anderson movie that I connected with the least. So I'd be interested if we all saw this movie because Wes Anderson month was a complete flop, but that's in the past.
Okay.
That's in the past. I'm over it. It's in the past, but I'm not. That's the last time I'm gonna talk about it that way.
I just like the Darjeeling Limited.
You
I
did
did like that one.
You did like the but that one took a lot of convincing, and so by the time we got to the last one, I was tired. I was
It's fair.
tired, and when you guys were just steamrolled over it, I was like, you know what? Fine. Everything I like sucks, and you guys suck too. That was a bad attitude to have. But yeah, March. I think it's like a Tuesday, but we could go see it, or
I love it.
I don't know,
That's awesome.
get drinks beforehand or something. Maybe I don't know. It's Tuesdays.
Yeah.
See
So,
what's
I
up.
mean,
See
I
what's
work
up.
from home, so every day is like kind of
Free fun day.
Saturday.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I might have picked a cop out. I don't know. Maybe I did.
I know.
Whatever.
I'm very excited. I think this is going to be fun. A date night with two of my best friends. I'm excited about that.
Okay. I actually want to check something. So we're pause right here.
Pause. We're pausing.
Sorry, I'm putting all this into my schedule.
Let's see. We already have a recording scheduled for that night. So
Yeah.
what we do is we just go see the movie and then we record our thoughts in your car.
All right. So we are going to do what we did last year because this is our 2024 rather, in 2024 recap episode.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we're going to do a game that I made up where we're going to go and we're going to do our 2024 movie draft list.
Yes.
And pick our draft lineup of our top 5. But the rules are is if once something is drafted, you can't pick it anymore. So you get to, we'll see what we end up with. So I don't know how we want to determine who goes first, but we'll do it like round robin style. Might just be best.
We could do if you're rock and then I'm paper
No,
and then
that's still-
Craig is.
Stop.
Didn't make sense last time. Doesn't make sense this time. But I think we should probably, just to keep things simple because of the way we're seated, we should either start with me or Phil.
Okay. And then just go through the.
Yeah, and we'll do it where we
Are
go.
we snaking?
Yeah, we'll snake it. Yes.
Snake draft. I
Snake
know the
draft.
terms. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I know sports things.
Yeah, you're a smart guy. I've said that about you sometimes. That sometimes happens. That sometimes is a thing.
Who
So,
would have said that?
Phil, do you want to go
Yeah,
first?
sure. I'll go first.
Okay.
I will pick The Host.
Ooh.
I can't say no to that movie. I really, it's just a fun creature feature. I've been in the mood lately for another creature feature, so don't be surprised
If we get featured by a creature.
if we get featured by a creature.
Oh, that sounds pretty featurey. All right, so Phil is down for The Host. Craig, what would you say?
Okay, I gotta take this while I can. I'm going to pick Hundreds of Beavers.
Son of a biscuit.
I know. This is still probably my favorite movie that we've watched in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just as a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that movie was one of those movies where I'm like, okay, like every year I feel like there is a movie where I'm like, this is the movie that when people ask me, because that's the one thing that's slightly annoying about being a videographer is people are always like, you're a movie guy, talk to me movies, talk at me movies. And I'm like, you're not gonna.
Movies me talk at.
Yeah, well, the other thing that's always disappointing is I'm like, oh, I like Star Wars and the Marvel movies, and they're always like, oh, I thought you'd be like an Oscar guy. And I'm like, no, I think the Oscars are kind of dumb.
I thought you were going to say The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Yeah, I've seen it. It was fine. But yeah, Hundreds of Beavers is definitely my what movie should I check out? And I'm like, you should check out Hundreds of Beavers. I feel like everyone's got something to enjoy with that one. All right, so it's my turn. Oh boy, this is tough because I feel like a lot of these are ones that I want to pick, but I don't feel like you guys are going to pick. So I'm wondering if I should actually pick the one I want to pick or just pick one that I think you guys might also pick so then I have it. I also get to pick 2.
Yeah.
Because we're doing the snake style.
Yep. Snake
So that
draft.
it's fails. What am I trying to say?
Yep. Mhm.
Safe. Fair is what I'm trying to say.
Fair.
And I'm going to pick.
Stern but fair.
So the 2 I'm going to pick are The Fly
Nice.
and Big Trouble in Little China.
Ah.
I mean, so I really like Big Trouble in Little China. It's like, I think I said it, like Big Trouble. It's my favorite kind of movie. It's a little bit funny. It's mostly just action. It doesn't it doesn't seem like it has a lot to say, but it's actually pretty subversive in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just like, it's my favorite kind of movie. It's very Indiana Jones meets in Star Wars-y. And then of course The Fly was like one of those movies where I was like, I know what this movie is. And then I watched it. I'm like, I didn't know this movie was going to be like this at all. And I really enjoyed it. So yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Craig?
My next pick is The Fall.
Ooh, that makes sense.
That was another very pleasant surprise
Yeah.
for this year.
That movie was.
I want to watch it again.
That movie was incredible.
Yeah. Just and one of it's just even the fact that everywhere they shot was a real location.
Yeah.
Because it looks
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It looks great, but you're like, surely this is all engineered. And it's not. None of it is.
Amazing. I think because I know I want this one and I don't want you guys to get it, I'm gonna pick American Psycho.
Ah,
Because that was one that like I didn't 100% know how I was going to feel, because I knew it was one of those ones where it was saying that this was bad and a bad way to be. But I think because my brain, I had seen it so many times taken the wrong way or associated with like a shitty person.
right.
I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this. And then we watched it and I was just like, this is like perfect. It's so good.
Yeah, it is another one of those movies where it's saying a lot more than it is, but you don't need to be paying attention to all of it
Yeah.
to still like it.
Yeah. And then since we're snaking back, I am between I'm going to pick What did I I've got some subversive, I've got some monster. What's something funny?
Oh, you know what was really fun? It was Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands, that's a pretty good one. You should pick that one.
We didn't watch like a lot of funny movies, guys.
No, we usually kind of don't do comedies all that much.
Oh, Tu Wong Fu. I laughed a lot
There we
at
go.
that one.
That's a good
I'm
one.
gonna pick that one.
My next pick is going to be Children of Men.
Yes, that's on the top 10 movies of all time.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a perfect film. It's a 10 out of 10. It's 11 out of 10.
That's, for me, I'm picking that because it was a movie I didn't give a chance to when I first saw it.
Yeah.
And so for me, it is more meaningful that I connected with it a lot more.
On like a second viewing or third one.
Oh yeah, watching this movie as that movie as a dad was
I bet it
totally
adds a whole-
it felt totally different. Where like yeah, you just like felt for Clive Owen, and then watch him kind of become a dad by the end of it. You were just like, yeah, dad it up, dude.
Craig, when you and I don't remember if I had said this, you had told us that you hadn't seen, or that you had seen it and you didn't love it the first time, and I think I told Jack that, and she was just like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
And I was like, I know, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
everyone's saying it.
You know, everything worked out great because you saw it the next time and you were like, oh, no, this is perfect. I was wrong.
Yeah.
So now we can forgive you.
I feel like, okay, so I have to pick next, and I'm at the point where I kind of like, I mean, we had Galaxy Quest, Blue Velvet, Color Out of Space was good, but like all of these movies, like Waterworld, Waking Ned Divine, both Roadhouses were pretty good. Babe Pig, even Babe Pig in the City was interesting. That one's not going to be on it. I'm just kidding. That one's not coming with me.
I still want like a
Do
weird...
the Right Thing. I forgot about that. All right, but I gotta go more with like my guts of like what I enjoy, and less rounding it out like in a any sort of meaningful way. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go two polar opposite movies.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Galaxy Quest because I really enjoy that movie, and then I'm gonna go Suspiria.
Oh, you took Suspiria from me.
I know. I don't know why, but I typically do not care for slow moving sort of like horror old movies, but for whatever reason, this one connected with me so much so that I still sometimes listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah,
So,
gotcha.
nice.
So, yeah, and those two movies could not be further from each other. All right, Craig.
Okay, it took one of mine, so I am going to pick Blue Velvet.
Okay.
I do it.
That was another one that I debated on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick one that's not mine. I swear. I'm sorry.
No, they've all been yours so far.
I'm Craig. I only like my movies.
Well, to be fair, I have picked all mine except for, but I
Except
did
for
want,
Suspiria.
though I did want Hundreds of Beavers, and you took that
That's
from
true.
me.
Yeah. Blue Velvet is just, it's just great.
Yeah.
Everything about it. And it was fun watching you get,
Who?
how did Zach put it?
Oh, you got lynched.
Yeah, I got
You got
lynched. Yeah.
Watching you get lynched. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
which
fun.
I feel bad because I got all excited about watching
What was that?
I got all excited about having been lynched, and then I didn't watch anything else from him.
Oh.
I would say
I just got distracted by life,
Yeah.
the world.
the next, if you want to get lynched, again, I would say
We gotta find him better.
I know.
We can't be starting 2025 with that.
If you want something similarly weird, I would go for Mulholland Drive.
Okay.
That would be the next one. If you want something more like normal, like Elephant Man, The Straight Story, Wild at Heart, I haven't seen, but that's Nicolas Cage, so you have that.
I do love me some Nicolas Cage.
All right, Will, what you got?
No.
No, it's me.
No, it's
Oh, it
Phil.
is you? Okay.
It's me. I gotta pick two. Okay, I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick the first Roadhouse.
Yeah, that's just a fun movie.
I really enjoyed that movie. I've got two Swayze movies on my
Oh, wow.
list.
Wow, that must mean something.
You know what? I think it
means you're a
does.
Capricorn.
I am absolutely not, you son of a bitch.
It's almost like it doesn't matter.
No,
Oops.
it matters. And then I think, it's funny because I know the two that we're gonna end with because it's the two that nobody wants. But I'm gonna pick the machine that kills bad people.
Oh,
Okay.
Is this your last pick? No, you get 2 picks. Yeah.
No, I did Roadhouse in that one.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So that one, I really enjoyed the movie when we watched it. I feel like I always just put random shit on my list on Netflix or any of the streaming services, and then I never watch it. So part of me was just really happy that I finally watched one of the weird ones that was on my list. I did genuinely like that movie. I thought there were some really cool bits. I have created a character in one of the tabletop game universes that I'm working on that will never see the light of day, probably, based on that concept of like
A picture that kills people or
a
whatever.
picture that
Camera rather.
yeah, it's not going to kill people, but it's a whole other thing. But I've used that. Like, I think the story is cool. So that's my other pick.
I'm surprised neither of you have picked High and Low.
Really?
I didn't think it would go fast, so I was kind of waiting,
And then you never picked it.
and then I never picked it. Wait, am I done?
Yeah, that was the last one.
That was the one, yeah.
But there's like a bunch of other movies.
Well, we were just doing 5. I mean, I guess we
Oh.
could keep going until there's no more
that's
movies.
fair. That's
but
fair.
I was thinking we were just doing. Do you want to take one back? Do you want to say something else?
No.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going to
have-
stick with my gut.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
Yeah, I'm gonna
okay.
stick with my gut. It
well,
never
that-
steers me wrong.
Okay, but that's good. All right, Craig.
Which is why I said, like, I was like, oh, I know which ones are going to save for last, because my brain was like, oh, we're just going to keep doing this until the end. And I was like,
Yeah.
nobody wants Borderlands, and nobody wants Billy the Kid versus Dracula.
Yeah. Hey.
If we did the metrics, I'm pretty sure over the course of this entire podcast, I feel like I have picked the most bummers, the most losers.
Yeah.
You
I
take the biggest swings, though.
Yeah, I do.
That your
like.
ERA is not great, but
Okay. So our picking style is this: is Craig goes to the movie rental place knowing what movie he wants because he already heard about it from somebody else. He's done a little bit of research. I go to the movie rental place. I don't really know what I want, but I'm reading the backs of all of the things and like trying to figure out who's in it, who directed it, and then I make my choice. Phil just goes to the nearest dumpster and takes whatever DVD is sitting in there, and that is his picking style.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not wrong.
Mhm.
It's pretty accurate.
He's pure vibes.
No,
pure vibes.
you go in and you're just like, I know nothing about this. The 3 words together are interesting 3 words for me. I'm going to put this in my cart. This is mine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine.
me in a nutshell.
Well, that's not, I don't know about you in a nutshell, but at least you're picking, it feels that way sometimes with your movie picking choices. All right. So
Are you saying that Billy the Kid versus Dracula didn't have substance?
no, I'm just, it just may have been I think the title of the movie is
Let me
far
throw my
superior
gun at the
to
Dracula.
the entire movie.
If the substance was there, but we couldn't see it through all the film grain.
That's true. God, that was the blurriest movie I've ever seen.
Oh my god. So is it my last pick? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. My last pick, I'm gonna go with Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay.
Good choice.
All right. Good.
Just a solid sci-fi movie that it's one of those where you're like, oh, it's been referenced a million times. I know exactly what I'm getting. But it was a surprisingly smart movie.
Yeah, it was way smarter than I thought it was going to be for a movie titled Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, fair.
Still a huge bummer.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Okay. So so it was funny. I had Roadhouse as an option, and then I had Planet of the Apes as an option. So I'm gonna go the other weird one that I knew nobody was gonna pick, so I saved it for last. One of my personal favorite movies of all time that I don't know why just like connects with me, and just like Waterworld. Waterworld is the movie. It's Waterworld. I love Waterworld. And it's been one of my favorite. And every time I watch it, I go, God, this movie is just not as good as it could be. But boy, do I not care about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just enjoy it, and I like Kevin Costner too. Like, I feel like for whatever reason, like, I don't think he's a great actor. And but for whatever reason, his version of bland white dude is compelling to me. Like, unlike the other bland white dudes of his era.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, I don't know, Kevin Costner. I like him. I don't know. All right, so our picks. I just closed my phone on it like an idiot. Here we go. Okay. So Phil had The Host, American Psycho, To Wong Fu, Roadhouse, and The Machine That Kills Bad People. And I have to say, if somebody came up to me and said those were their 5 favorite movies, I would report them to the FBI.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Craig had Hundreds of Beavers, The Fall, Children of Men, Blue Velvet, and Planet of the Apes. And I have to say, if somebody came up to me and said those are my favorite movies, I would say, I don't want to keep this conversation going at all.
Yeah.
And mine were The Fly, Big Trouble in Little China, Suspiria, Galaxy Quest, and Waterworld. And
that's a pretty cool person.
Yeah, and I'd
honestly.
say, like, this dude should be cool. We should hang out. And
that dude should be cool.
That guy should be cool, but he isn't. but surprisingly, he isn't. And he's still talking about Waterworld, even though there are other movies on his list. Can we move on from this, please?
I was really hyping up Waterworld with people at work when we watched it.
That's always a mistake.
And they were like, really? I thought it was really bad. I was like, I mean,
it's not
kind
good,
of, but like,
but it's one of those movies that has a reputation of being terrible, and it is not.
It's
terrible.
not terrible.
No, it's just not amazing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's not like The Matrix or something. It's good. The effects in it are fun. The world is strange and almost makes sense. It gets very close to making sense.
Honestly, all I need is for it to almost make sense.
Yeah, right. Same.
I don't want it to make 100% sense most of the time.
Dennis Hopper is unhinged.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. So yeah, that's our 2024.
Wait, are we talking about Waterworld or Super Mario Brothers?
Both movies live in the same place in my heart.
I will say though, we've drafted these and I don't know what game I'm trying to win with my list. Because I went for a monster and I went for a guy who doesn't actually kill people. I don't have any like fighting force here.
What do you mean?
I have a monster.
Oh, right.
But like I don't have a good. Well, no, I have Roadhouse.
Oh, I forgot.
I kind of have a fighting force.
Our movies have to fight each other.
Why would we draft them if they weren't fighting?
I mean, I got the bad guy in Big Trouble in Little China. He was pretty.
He's got magic powers.
He's got magic powers.
You have the guy that beat him.
Did you pick a Dennis Hopper movie too? Because I have Blue Velvet. He's got Waterworld.
Yes, because he played the monster in The Host.
Ah, that's right.
He was in that. He was in that one. You're right.
Okay, can I say what I've learned from this year of movies?
I mean, I'd rather you didn't.
Perfect. I want to watch more Swayze.
Okay.
Because I think I just like him. He just seems. It's everything I've seen him in. I'm like, this guy's likable.
Have you seen Dirty Dancing?
That movie is 10 out of 10 for me. I love that movie. It's so good.
I don't know why. Caitlin's like, you have to watch Dirty Dancing, and my brain was like, oh, it's a girl movie. And also, I got it confused with Footloose, which I think is decidedly more corny, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, and then I like watched it, and like there was like the whole abortion subplot, and I was like, hey, this movie's got something to say. You didn't tell me this movie had something to say.
That's exactly what happened with me and Jack. She was like, oh, you want to watch this? And I was like, I always love like a good or bad rom-com.
Yeah,
I'm always down for it. And I thought that's what that movie was going to be. And we turned it on and we watched it. And I'm like, oh my God, my heart is hurting.
Yeah.
Oh, this movie's making me feel so many things.
Yeah.
Like, this is not what I expected. It's so good. But I would say that's going to be my takeaway, I think, is that I want to watch more Swayze. Because I think he's just a likable dude. I made us watch Point Break. I had us watch Tu Wong Fu. You had us watch Roadhouse.
That's true.
We've watched quite a few Swayze movies, actually.
Yeah, 3. That's almost all of them.
Yep, that's it.
It's almost all of them. How are you guys feeling about 2025? You guys got like...
I mean, in general?
Well, let's live in a bubble.
Okay.
Let's live in a movies with my best friend Phil bubble.
Yes. So I think...
As long as we can.
Yeah, I definitely want to drill down. Not drill down. What am I saying? I
really want to drill down. I want to make some money. I want to get that Skrilla, get that cash.
Yeah, that's how I talk.
Get those
now.
likes and subscribes.
I definitely want to talk like an internet monster. Most days now.
Yeah.
No, I think I need to, I feel like for a while I was director obsessed when it came to movies. Like I was like obsessed with searching for a tour sort of, you know, and then I kind of pushed away from that. And like, I was just like, I just like stuff. And now I think I want to, because I've been listening to a lot of podcasts I bring up all the time, which is What Went Wrong. And I'm starting to notice names again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, oh, I'm hearing this person a lot. So I think this year I kind of want to do a little more targeted and just be like, oh yeah, let's figure out what is a Francis Ford Coppola movie. You know what I mean? Like, some of these like Robert Zemeckis, you know, or something like that. Like these names that I've heard a lot, but I actually realize like I don't know what movies actually can. Like he did Polar Express, right? That's like the only thing I can think of
Why
from
did you
him.
pick that one?
Because that was the most recent Zemeckis film I saw. We saw it over Christmas. It's such a weird movie. It's like
you could have picked Back to the Future.
Oh, that's right.
Roger Rabbit.
See, I couldn't
Castaway.
remember. See, that's the thing. I need to like get. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to. This is all the same guy. What's the connective tissue between these movies?
Is it telling that you've seen those movies and you can't figure out the connective tissue?
Well, no,
I don't know.
Well, but I never viewed them as
Fair,
Zemeckis
as like
films.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I've seen this and I've seen this, you know. But yeah, so it's. And his name was just like the first. Like I wanted to say John Hughes, but I actually know John Hughes. So I was like trying to find somebody I barely know.
He's got a pretty like obvious language to him.
I'm like, even like movies that you're like, that wasn't John Hughes? Gosh, that feels like a John Hughes movie. And you're like, oh, it's Home Alone. And he picked Chris Columbus to do it. And it was like, oh, you're like, oh, so it is kind of a.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
Yeah. And that's sort of interesting. Like Spielberg will do that from time to time. It's like Gremlins was kind of a Spielberg movie. And like, Poltergeist is another one that he kind of ghost directed. They're saying. And a few others that
he ghost directed.
I'd also like to be funnier in 2025.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
We're all gonna try, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, Phil over here making us create characters and work on our improv.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys do that, I think you'll be funnier.
Yeah, I mean that's that. Well, the middle bit. Where we're working on those things may be unlistenable, but if we ever get to the end of it,
don't work on them on the show. I need you
right.
to bring a fully fleshed out, perfectly done character.
Are you going to turn this into D&D again?
I'm not. I'm not discounting that.
You know, that's an idea. I like that one. Let's do that one now. Let's just turn this into D&D.
Oh, no.
Let's play
Listen,
as
do you know
characters.
how long I've been hoping for that?
Let's play. We'll make a D&D game, but instead of in a medieval fantasy world, it's set in a modern era, and we're playing characters who are friends who have been friends for a long time, and they watch movies in each other's basements.
Okay.
And that's the role play we'll do.
Okay.
And let's have 2 of our names rhyme for some silly reason.
Yep.
And
well, if it was 3, it would sound like it was fake.
it would sound fake. So like if 2 of our names rhymes, then it doesn't seem like.
Yeah.
It seems like I can maybe see that.
Leonardo.
But the
and
weird part is the guys
Biodardo.
the guys whose names rhyme aren't the guys who look like each other. The guys who look like each other won't be the guys whose names
They'll
rhyme.
never expect it.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be confusing. It's like the ZZ Top guy who doesn't have a beard. His last name
His
is
last
Beard.
name is Beard.
Yep.
It's like-
His
it's
name
like
is
one of those
James
things.
Beard. He's the guy who keeps giving out the awards.
Yes, that's it.
I don't know what that's in reference to.
The James Beard Award.
I don't know what that is.
It's an award for cookbooks, I think.
Why do you know that? Why do both of you know that?
We have lost all of our listeners.
Or are we gaining a new group of listeners who are really big fans of the James Beard Award winners?
Yes, that's it.
Greg, do you have any hopes for us for 2025?
God.
Guys, I'm having a blast tonight.
You know, the more you say that, the less it feels true.
Yeah.
I'm having a great fucking time.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to take bigger swings because there's definitely a lot of movies that I love that I just know that you guys won't like. And so I don't want to just have it on there because then I'm just giggling the whole time. You guys are like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah. Will and I have had our fair share of rejection from the group, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I feel like it would be time for you to send us some that are really big groaners.
So this whole year is going to be probably a lot
Boners from Craig.
Yeah. The new segment, Boners from Craig.
No. I don't care for that. I don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
These are the characters you gotta bring.
Will loves it.
I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to go home.
Yeah, he's reading the book
I'm
now.
reading my book. And I'm realizing that all of these movies look great, but I feel like half of them will be like, God, this is such a boring slog to get through. But Amelie is here. Cool.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. And
It's a
Spirited
good
Away.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
Cool.
it?
No, yeah, that's I feel good
So-
about where we are.
Yeah. So we're kicking next year off with a movie from Craig.
Yeah. Are we doing recommendations or anything?
No, I think we're just going to
No,
skip
okay.
them this time.
So we are going to be watching a movie that
Uh-huh.
Doing good
Use
so
your
far.
words.
Yeah, I know.
They're good.
I won't do a preamble. We're going to be watching The Substance.
Was the best of times it was. Well, that's
Yeah.
not a preamble.
No, it's not. It's just the
It's just the sentence.
the
First
sentence.
Four
sentence.
score? No. What's a
Uh,
preamble? What's an example?
The
Declaration of Independence.
We the People. Is that a preamble?
Is that a
in
preamble?
order to form a more perfect union.
Is that from?
Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh,
That's from when Jesus came down and wrote the Declaration of Independence.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Straight white American Jesus.
Straight white American Jesus.
Hey Phil, what are we watching again?
Straight white American Jesus. No,
The
what are we talking about?
Substance.
Yes, we're watching The Substance with Demi Moore and Dennis Quaid and
What?
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah,
Is he in it?
Yes.
Cool.
And
yeah, cool. There's no reason to say anything further about him, Dennis
Yo,
Quaid? He's
no,
a totally
nothing.
fine, normal guy. His
I love how you said there's nothing more to say about him, then you started lying.
yeah. And I didn't think I'd probably have too much in common with Jack Quaid, but now I know I have one more thing in common with Jack Quaid.
And then Margaret Qualley.
Yeah.
So it's what's nice. It's a movie that was made, and they didn't have a distributor for it, so Mubi picked it up. MUBI, and so it's on their streaming service. And that's how we're
that's
watching.
the fast food restaurant from the Askew-verse.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, but for some reason they became a film distributor too.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad Kevin Smith's getting his.
Yep.
Yeah.
Movies. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I do.
Okay, I'm
I
glad.
have seen Dogma and like 5 minutes of one of the Jay and Silent
Well,
Bob
movies is a big part of Dogma. It's the chain restaurant
With the cow.
with a cow where Matt Damon kills the entire boardroom of them all,
Okay, that sounds
except for the one
mostly
lady
familiar.
who didn't say "bless you" when he sneezed.
But the last time that I saw that movie was at your house,
Mhm.
and I want to say it was like 2004.
Oh, I've seen it since then. So I think that is my favorite Kevin Smith movie, and
I remember
know
really
that
liking
that's
it.
a wrong opinion.
I remember really liking it, and I also remember going home and saying to my brother,
Mm.
"Hey, I watched Dogma at Will's house. It was really funny." And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's really funny. Also, don't tell mom and dad you saw that movie." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, which is weird because the movie is religious and a comedy, but it in the end is actually a pro-religion comedy. It doesn't like take down religion necessarily. It like takes down dogma.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the fact that it
Had-
could have.
And included a shit monster probably didn't make your parents too happy.
Yeah, I don't actually know if they knew about that. And I don't even know if they would have actually. Yeah. I don't
Known
know.
what it was.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have even known.
Yeah.
But better to be on the safe side. So
That's
I
right.
appreciate you. Shout out, Steve.
Okay, sorry. What were we
Sorry,
what were we
Mom, I
talking
watched
about?
Dogma.
Yeah, I don't know, because every
You
time
said-
I talk,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
listen, you were saying we were watching The Substance.
yes,
Yes, and
You
we're
told us who
gonna
was
go
in it.
to movies,
Movie.
Mubi.
Yep, we're
The-
gonna go to
the-
Mubi
the
and
restaurant.
watch it. But it's coming out, physical release coming out soon. But Demi Moore is the main character, and she just won the Golden Globe for
Yep.
this. So I'm really excited for you guys to watch this.
Is the Golden Globes the Oscars?
No.
No, it's like the People's Choice Award of the Oscars.
Okay. The Emmys is just for TV.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just TV.
Yep. and the Golden Globe
Globes
is
for both.
everything. So like when people are like, I have a Golden Globe and someone says I have an Oscar, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you win.
Yeah, you win.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just sort of like it's also there.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So, yeah, that's it. I'm excited. I want to see Will squirm.
Yeah, I'm not loving this. I'm not
Yeah,
loving this choice.
I feel like you're not going to
Yeah.
have a good time.
No, probably not.
Wait, who's
Wrong.
after Craig? Is it me?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
It goes Will, me, you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find something else to make Will squirm.
Oh, great, cool.
That's
Love
going to
it.
be 2025 for me.
Oh, cool.
Make
All-
Will upset.
All Cronenberg movies.
Cool. I don't come to this as an escape from the reality that makes me upset.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's not gonna. I'm not gonna take this out of my friends and family and workplace at all.
We're your friends.
It's not gonna be a problem. Oh yeah, I take it out on you guys.
Mhm.
Woo woo.
All right. So that was this episode.
That was.
Thank you for liking and subscribing to the podcast. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
For now.
For now.
For now.
Yeah. Whoo boy.
What do we got, like 2 days?
I think so.
Are they actually taking it down?
It seems like it.
Row.
Hmm.
If you want to tell us what your favorite moments from 2024 was, or like your favorite movie, or you could tell us what your favorite episode.
Anyways, this episode was brought to you by everyone who listens to this podcast.
Aw.
So thanks everybody.
The podcast really is the friends we made
along
the
the
way.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to this at all, it's just crazy that anybody cares. Anyways, if you like what you heard and want to, what's my thing? I've already forgotten.
If you want to support the podcast and hear your name shouted out.
Oh no.
Okay. If you want to hear your name shouted out on the podcast proper, stop laughing at me. Stop laughing at me. Consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/mumbleandshrug.
If you like what you heard, consider leaving a review. That's all for this episode. I'm Phil Kessel.
I'm Will Jonas.
And I'm Craig Norland.
Give each other a hug in 2025.
God, you've become so sappy in your old age. My
I know.
God. It's really a turn off, I have to say.
I just love my... I'm not turning you on?
No, I've
What can I
enough
do
of
to
it,
turn
yeah.
you on, man?
I mean, stop saying things like that all the time, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and the other thing is, stop like texting me in the middle of the night. Are you up?
But I just want to know if you're up.
You're just like, are you up? What are you up to? And then you keep going on saying like, what are you wearing? And then you talk about what you're wearing. And I
just want you to. I just
really
want to
need
give
any
you
of that. I don't need it right now.
I just want to give you updates about my life.
It's a lot.
Because like at any given, but at any given moment, what happens if I, universe
You
forbid,
also-
pass away, and you have to identify my body, and they're like, well,
about
what was he wearing?
Why do you keep
last
sending
you
me?
talked?
Why do you keep sending me pictures of your thumb in the dark?
What? You aren't supposed to talk about that one.
I don't know what's going on with you, man.
It's like
Are you sure
It's
it
a
was
big
his
thumb, though,
Is
right?
it though?
Was it his thumb or was
It's
it
a big thumb.
or was it his pinky?
Got some big thumb energy.
I don't care for it.
We can't be recording still.
Brought to you by Mumble and Shrug Productions.